Hey everybody, happy Feel Good Friday to you. I hope you are having a good one so far. Oh, it has been such a long week. I hope everybody is well. I am fighting off a head cold. Actually sound much better than I did, but I have been sniffling and sneezing and snotting my way through the week here. So apologize for the lack of energy and probably the sound. But I'm here and I have fun, beautiful kits for you guys. I also have a sale going on. So it's going to be a good show. Who's looking forward to it? I am. I love Feel Good Friday shows, they are my favorite. So, hello to all of you. Hi, Miss Bonnie. Kim is here. Danette is here. Hi, Miss Sharon. Hi, Kathleen. So good to see you guys. Hi, Miss Evelyn. How are you? Gina's here. Hi, Jackie. Scrolling back, Miss Sandy. It's so good to see you guys. Listen, hi, Carol. So, first of all, I want to thank everybody who showed up for the live on Tuesday night. What a mess. What a mess. That did not go as planned. Obviously. That did not go as planned. The program that we were using to stream through is a program that we were not super familiar with. And so I lost all camera functionality to turn my camera around. And it's really weird because we had practiced over and over again, but we had practiced with an iPhone instead of the iPad that I use for everything. And when you use the iPad, you lose some of the functionality. And so, yeah, it was not what I had planned. It definitely threw me off axis and it took me a while to recover. And then, even then, it felt like such a mess because of the way everything looked, the way I was holding up things. Like it was just, at least on my end and on the back end, it was very much a disaster. And then the program cut us off right at 8 p.m. because it had been an hour, which we didn't know that it did that either. We thought that you could stream until you were done. We didn't realize that it only allotted you a certain amount of time. So it cut me out at 8 o'clock and I couldn't get back in. I hadn't even done the giveaway yet. I hadn't done any of the super pretty jewelry that I had. So I was very disappointed and a little bit embarrassed. But I do want to thank you guys for showing up and coming and hanging with me while we tested that out. We will do it again. We do have plans to do it again. I'm not entirely sure when that's going to be. It may be closer to Christmas. But we are going to do it again. And I think the next time that we do it, to kind of make up for the disaster that was Tuesday, I think we're going to do 2 giveaways. Hopefully that's the plan anyway. So I do appreciate you guys coming in, even if it was just to watch me drive the train into a ravine, because that's exactly what it felt like. It was not what we had planned or expected. And sometimes it's just trial and error. And next time we will kick it out of the park, because next time we'll be using the streaming program that we are used to. So I appreciate y'all showing up though. I really, really appreciate it. It was just, I really wanted to show you the beauty of the pieces, and I just could not get that across by just holding them up like this. That's impossible for you to see. The plan was, I had a table set in front of me. I was going to turn the camera around and I was going to be, showing you guys the pieces under good lighting, and it just didn't go that way. But you know what they say, man plans and God laughs. It was an experience. And we'll know better next time. So I'll keep you posted. But I do appreciate everybody for being there. Even if it was, like I said, it felt like everybody showed up to watch me fail. That's what it felt like. It took me a minute to kind of get past that and realize that, like, it's okay. Things happen. It's not, it wasn't my fault, actually. It was the programming's fault. And next time will be so much better. So yeah. And I'll feel better too, because at that point I had started feeling the cold coming on. So Yeah. And you know how that feels, like your insides are hot. So yeah. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Sharon. Others have told me that it didn't look bad from their point of view, but from our point of view, it was a mess. And it really threw me off that I didn't have that, I didn't have the functionality of the camera to turn around. That it was like, oh no, everything I've planned just went out the window. So yeah, give myself some grace. You're right, Sherry. I will. I will. So next time will be better, and hopefully I'll be able to breathe. They do. Things happen, Sherry. You're so right. You're right. And I'm just going to let it go. So I love you guys so, so much. And a happy belated birthday to our beautiful two. Her birthday was yesterday. So I did tell her yesterday, happy birthday, but I would like to invite all of you guys to tell her happy birthday too, because we could not do what we do without her. And Nicole and Bonnie and Kathy, they are the most amazing team ever. So happy birthday to Miss Two. We love you so, so much. All right. So let's get into our Feel Good Friday show. Sniffling as we go, but let's do it. So I have, because I didn't feel very good this week, I don't have a lot of kits. I have 3 bracelet kits that are, 2 of them are just straight stringing projects. One is just some simple knotting. So these are not hard projects at all. I just didn't have it in me this week. And then I have really cute Christmas time and winter time earrings for you guys. So because of that, because I kind of relied heavily on earrings this week, I wanted to do a special sale. So right now, 40% off all earrings kits. That excludes today's kits because they're brand new. So I didn't include those in the 40% off sale because obviously I want you guys to see them and ooh and ah over them because they're cool. But other than the ones that are dropped today, that got dropped just a little while ago, 40% off all earrings kits. So scoop those up, you guys. Scoop those earrings kits up. And let me show you 2 bracelets and 3 pairs of earrings. And let's just have a good time. You want to? I'm going to turn you around and we're going to get started. I'm going to start with the bracelets. Oh, no. I meant to turn that around, not off. Fat finger. Oh, I did it again. Oh, my goodness. Okay, hold on. There we go. No. What is happening? Okay, StreamYard. There we go. I was about to say, did you change something? There. That would be my luck, right? Oh my goodness. All right. So I'm going to put together a really beautiful bracelet for you guys that I think you're going to love because I still have some of these gorgeous iridescent topaz colored moon beads that I am obsessed over. So it is this gorgeous like matte frosted topaz, but the wash that's on this is like minty green and purple and pink kind of shift, which is not coming across exactly on camera, but it is so cool. It's very iridescent. It has just this really neat feel to it. So I paired it with a beautiful minty teal color, and we're going to create a 2-strand bracelet. I'm going to lay it out for you. So we're going to start in a single strand, and then we're going to break off into a 2-strand. And we are also going to add a couple of little dangles to this, some gorgeous check glass leaves. Right, and we're using some seed beads as our spacers. So let me set everything apart here. So we're going to do really beautiful alternating design with these check fire polish and then the check druck beads, which are the same kind of turquoisey green color, but they're a little metallic. Very pretty. Danette says she loves the color of this bracelet. Me too. Me too. It's one of my favorites for sure. All right, so grab all my hardware out of here. Just kind of helps to separate the hardware away from the seed beads because the seed beads are so hard to see, and my little crimp beads, I don't even think I have crimp beads in this mix at the moment. No, I'll have to grab some crimp. Oh, no, there they are. See, it's hard to see the little crimps that are in here. There should be 3 crimps. They look very, very similar to your seed beads. Hold, please. There's the other one hiding from me right there. Okay, so let me show you how to get this going. All right, so you've got one really long piece of bead stringing wire, okay? And we're going to thread on a wire guardian. And we're going to bring this wire guardian to the middle of our strand. So don't keep it at the end. Pull it all the way down to the middle so that when you pull, you've got 2 long strands to make your bracelet with, okay? So try to keep my ends pretty close together. They don't have to be exact, but pretty darn close. Okay, now we're going to take one of those 3 crimps and we are going to thread that on to both ends of the bead stringing wire. We're going to pull that down right next to our wire guardian, which is now going to turn this into 2 working strands here. But first, we must crimp. So we're going to place this into the back notch of the crimping pliers. Give that a squeeze. And then you're going to turn that sideways, put that into the front notch, and give that a squeeze. Okay, now before we break this into 2 beautiful strands, we are going to thread our beads all onto both strands. So take your 2 strands together, thread a metal bead on to both strands, thread your check glass flower onto both strands, another metal bead, yes, it is made shiny by the heat. That's that fire polish. It makes the flat surfaces of the check glass beads, it's supposed to give them like a mirror finish. All right, another metal bead, and then we're going to do our big cushion round. And we're going to drop all these down, and then we're going to split this into 2 strands. So this point, all of this has gone onto both strands. So we're just going to drop all that down. All right, so we start with a single strand. Now we're going to split those 2 strands into 2. Okay, and we're going to do a little bit of one and a little bit of the other to string this up, because it is a stringing project. It's going to take us a minute to go through, but we are going to do 5 seed beads on each strand. Drop those down. We'll do 5 on the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Drop those down. Okay. All right, then you're going to do a druck bead. Drop a druck onto each strand. All right, now in between each one of these beads, we're going to do 2 seed beads. So 1, 2, and a fire polish. 1, 2, and a fire polish. And I'm just working on one strand at the moment. 1, 2, and a fire polish. And then 1, 2, and a druck. And we're going to drop that down. Okay. So druck, 3 fire polish, druck. Over here, we're going to do the same thing. So we've got the druck on already. 2 seed beads, fire polish, 2 seed beads, fire polish, 2 seed beads, fire polish, 2 seed beads, and a druck bead. All right, and then we're going to repeat. Okay, so we're going to do another set of 3 of the fire polished. 1, 2 seed beads and a fire polish. 1, 2, and a fire polish. Oh, or we could just throw beads all over the place. Which is exactly what I just did. So 2 seed beads. My goodness, those went flying. I don't know what happened to that 1 seed bead. It's probably in the floor now. Okay. 1, 2, fire polish. 1, 2, and a druck. Drop those down. Right. Same thing on the other side. So 1, 2, fire polish. 1, 2, fire polish. This turns into the most beautiful 2-strand bracelet. Look how pretty that is. It's just lovely. 2 seed beads. Hi, Wanda. And a druck. All right, we're going to do one more set of fire polish on each strand. And then we'll finish with the druck bead and then 5 seed beads, because remember we started with 5 seed beads, so we're going to finish with 5 seed beads. And then we'll crimp these ends. To finish this off. All right, and do the other. Our next bracelet is very romantic looking. If you like Beauty and the Beast, I think you're really going to like our next bracelet. So stick around, and then also stick around for our Grinchy earrings. I've got some Grinch and some Elf. So lots of fun things in the show today. Plus, guys, don't forget 40% off all earrings kits, with the exception of the ones that are in today's show because they're brand new. All right, ending with 5 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 on the other, except we're missing 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll grab one more. They're 11s, I promise. Listen, I've been too sick this week to mess with size 11s. I would never do that to you. I wouldn't do that to you. All right, so we're going to crimp each end. Okay, so our crimp bead is going on, and then our wire guardian is going on. So up through the wire guardian, down through the wire guardian, oh no, our crimp, come back. Alrighty. Pull that down, and you can take that through a couple of seed beads if you want to. I'm not going to. I'm just going to crimp as is and trim off the excess. All right, so one strand or one side is done. We're going to do the other side. So same thing. Crimp going on, and then our wire guardian. Thank you. I thought they were very festive and kind of fall appropriate. All right, pulling that down. All right, that's going to go into the back notch of the crimper tool. Give it a squeeze sideways, give it a squeeze, trim off the excess, and then we're going to finish this off. But You guys know I can't do anything without dangles. So we are going to do some dangles. I am going to save those for the end. Let's go ahead and put our hardware on first. So we're going to take a 6mm jump ring here, and we're going to take both ends together. And then we're going to add our clasp. And then on the opposite end, we've got our clasp. Or our jump ring, rather. Ooh. All right. So check it out. Beautiful double strand bracelet here, right? However, I like dangles, so I'm adding dangles to mine. Let me show you what my plan for that is. Each one of your check glass leaves, you're going to drop those down onto a head pin, and you're going to do a wrapped loop. You've got 2 of those. So I'm bending the wire over the top of the pliers. Then I'm coming in, whoops, with my round nose pliers. Go up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and wire wrap in that space. Come in with your cutter. Trim. Okay, now I'm going to take a little 4mm jump ring, and I'm going to thread both of the leaves onto the 4mm jump ring, and I'm going to close that back. Then I'm going to take my big jump ring, and this is just going to be kind of a free floater. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to hook that onto both strands, and you can see it's going to kind of slide around, which is exactly what I want. And I'm going to thread my dangles onto that. Whoops. And close that back. And then we just kind of have this fun little dangle do that is just hanging out wherever it wants to. Can slide all around your bracelet up to this point, right? It can only slide up to this cushion round here. But is that not beautiful? So this is our winter moon double strand. I just love those moon beads with the iridescence on them. So I had a lot of fun pulling the minty green color from that iridescence out of the moon into this beautiful piece. Love that so, so much. It's so pretty. So pretty. All right. Now, moving on to the next. Gonna set that one to the side. All right. Now, like I said, if you love Beauty and the Beast, this was definitely Beauty and the Beast inspired. And I'll show you why. So first of all, it's just the most romantic colors, but look at this charm. This charm on this like shield, this beautiful rose, like to me, this just screams Beauty and the Beast. You know, the rose that she had underneath the, well, it wasn't actually Belle's rose. It was the Beast's rose that he kept underneath that cloche, and the petals, like that was kind of like the timing. And as the petals fell off, and then in the end, it blooms again. Yes. Me too. I love Beauty and the Beast so, so much. So that's what this reminded me of. And so this, yes, Wanda, you could put some gorgeous patina metal paints on that and paint that. Oh my gosh, it would be so pretty. So feeling a little romantic here, using antique brass. We've got some crystal spacers and antique brass. We do have some gold colored seed beads in 2 sizes, both size 11 and size 8. And I'll show you how we're going to use those. And then I have like these rosy colored check fire polish to go with the deeper red ones. And you guys know I have to do dangles. So I'm setting 2 6mm to the side for dangles. But I think you'll like this one. This one's, it's so pretty. It's similar to a design we've done before, which most kits are, because I pick the most popular kits that sell the best, and then just recreate those with new colors and things. So this is a similar design to something we've done before, but I think you guys are going to like this one. All right. So now we are going to thread on our crimp and our wire guardian. So this one, you guys, is just a straight stringing project, which is fine. We love stringing. The stringing kits sell the best. So I just keep making them because they're fun, they're beautiful, they're easy. And when you don't feel good, you gravitate towards the things that are definitely instant gratification. Rosy romance. I agree. All right, so we're going to get into our back notch of our crimper tool. Is Nicole singing? What's happening? What's going on with Nicole? Oh, they're having a sale. Oh, stop. My goodness. All right, we're going to trim off the excess. Don't tell me that, because I have Michael's on Instacart. Like, I can get Michael's delivered. That's crazy to me. All right, so like we did with our previous bracelet, we're going to do 4 seed beads, and we're doing the smaller ones, the size 11. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to drop those down. Okay. And we're going to do a 4mm dark red, this like raspberry color fire polish, a size 11 next to that. Drop that down. And then we're going to do 3 of these beautiful rose colored fire polish. And we're going to drop those down. Okay. We're going to do a seed bead, and then another of the 4mm fire polish and a seed bead. So we haven't used any of the larger seed beads yet, but we are about to. Okay. So thank you, Wanda. It's been a week. Fighting off this cold and all the other things that have happened. I'd like to say it's been a day, but it's not been a day. It's been a series of days. All right, so now I'm going to pick up one of those size 8 seed beads. It's just a little bigger. Drop that down, and then we are going to drop on a crystal spacer, and then a large check fire polish, another crystal spacer, whoops, a size 8 seed bead, and then a size 11 seed bead. So those size 8s are really just to kind of help to stabilize those crystal spacers. Okay. All right. Now we're just going to repeat our pattern. So we're going to do a 4mm and a seed bead, a 4mm, size 11, 3 of these beautiful check fire polish, okay, we're going to do a size 11, and then another 4 and a size 11, drop that down, and then a size 8, a crystal, cold meds and warm tea. That's what I've actually been living on for the past couple of days. Every time I turn around, Q has a cup of tea for me. This is like every time I turn around, which is great, except the drawback from that, as you guys know, is that the more tea you drink, the more you have to go to the bathroom, right? And so it's like, well, forget napping peacefully because I got to get up to pee every 5 minutes. But I think that's the point. It's to help flush things out. It's to help soothe your throat and your sinuses, but then also kind of get everything moving its way on out. But oh my goodness. I wanted soup yesterday, and I went to the cabinet and realized I did not have a single can of chicken noodle soup. I was like, this is unheard of. I must have chicken noodle soup in the cabinet now for cold and flu season. All right, we're just finishing our pattern off here. Ooh, I've got a $5 off Michael's Reward coupon too. I need to use that. You guys are making me want to go bead shop from the comfort of my bed. I will not be going out into the wild. Not anytime soon. I need to feel better. I cannot continue to feel icky. I have too many things to do. All right, so finish off the pattern here. I feel like I'm missing some of my, oh, I am. There they are. My little seed beads here. All right, so we're right at the last section of our rose colored. So there's 1, 2, 3 of those. Seed bead, fire polish, and then finish off with 4 of the seed beads. And as always, guys, these seed beads at the end are a wonderful place to adjust the length. So if you need a shorter bracelet, please feel free to take some of those seed beads off to make this the size that you want it to be. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to thread on my crimp and my wire guardian. And we're just going to crimp this off and then add our beautiful dangles and our charm. Okay. Give that a crimp. Turn that sideways, give that a crimp. And trim off the excess. All right, so for the dangle section of this, you're going to take your little charm, add a 4mm jump ring to that, okay? And then you've got 2 fire polish left for dangles if you want them. If you don't, you can use those for some other project. You can make matching earrings out of them, but I'm going to thread those onto head pins and do wrapped loops. Up and over. You know how many of those coupons, those Michael's coupons I have let expire? Oh my gosh. It's embarrassing how many I have forgotten about. And then when I remember and I go back and I look, I'm like, oh man. And I'm just like you. It was like, you know, Phyllis, it's always a day later, 2 days later. Like, why didn't I think of this sooner? All right, so now we are going to add everything to our bracelet here. So we're going to take jump ring and I'm going to thread that onto one end. Go ahead and close that back. All right, now over here, I'm going to take another small jump ring and I'm going to thread on my 2 dangles. And I'm going to close that back. Okay. I'm going to hook those onto another jump ring. And then all of this is going to go together. So you can use these jump rings, you guys, however you want to. You don't have to. So I made my dangles are kind of long here. I'm also going to thread on my charm. And then my clasp. Put this little part together however it makes the most sense for you, because you may need some of those jump rings for the length. You may, want to readjust the way it all goes together. It is totally up to you, but should have something similar to that. Look how pretty. It is definitely giving me Rosy, romance, Beauty and the Beast, princess, castle. Definitely those kinds of feelings. Love it. Love it. Love it. And it's the antique brass. I do have these charms, I think, in antique silver as well, but the antique brass ones are so much more romantic, in my opinion. So super pretty. I hope that you guys love this one. I think it's lovely. Now, don't forget, guys, 40% off all the earrings kits, excluding today's, the ones that have landed in the shop today because they're brand new. But 40% off all earrings kits. So definitely grab up some earrings while you are shopping. All right, now let me show you cute little, this one is much easier. Not that stringing is hard, but this one is, there's no crimping. This one is adjustable. This one is a little macrame, a little knotting. Okay, so you've got 3 pieces of beautiful red Asian knotting cord. Okay, you're going to take 2 of those pieces and you're going to bring those together. You're going to come down, I don't know, several inches, because this is going to be your adjustable part of your bracelet. Then you're going to tie an overhanded knot. When you tie an overhanded knot, then you have 2 strands. You're going to alternate 2 beads on one strand, 1 bead on the other, tie a knot. Do the opposite. 1 bead on the top strand, 2 beads on the bottom strand, tie a knot. And you're going to do that 4 little sections here. Okay. Then you're going to take your beautiful enamel candy cane, and you're going to thread that on. Okay. And then you're going to tie another overhanded knot. And I like to use my beading awl to kind of help cinch my knots down. Okay, that marks the middle of your bracelet. And you're going to do 4 more little bead sections. So we'll do those together. Okay, so bottom strand gets 1 bead. Top strand is going to get 2. Okay, I'm going to bring those down, and you can make your little beaded sections as wide as you want, or you can cinch them down really tight. It's totally up to you. Okay. All right. And then I like to alternate that. So this time my top strand is only going to get 1 bead. All right. And then my bottom strand will get 2. We're going to do earrings after this. So as soon as we finish this bracelet, I'm going to show you guys some really cool holiday earrings. One is a remake of one from last year, but this one is made entirely out of Swarovskis, where last year it was a combo of Swarovski and check glass. So a little different this year. I feel like I put my bracelet together a little differently, and then my one side of this is going to be a little shorter. I didn't put this in the middle, but that's okay. All right. So just 2 more of these little beaded sections, and then we'll do the adjustable part of this. And I'm going to keep the adjustable part pretty quick and short. I'm not going to do a full 10 knots, but you guys know or have seen in the past me do the adjustable sections, where we use the macrame, a series of square knots, to create an adjustable section. However, if you wanted to, once you get this home, if you wanted to turn it into a bracelet with hardware instead, you could definitely just tie a knot and add a bead tip, and then, you know, a little clamshell, and then you can finish it off that way. In fact, since my end is getting a little short here, I'm going to undo this knot on this end, and we'll do the shorter version of this. I made my side over here a little longer. I came in a little too far. which is fine. We'll just make our bracelet a little shorter. So I'm just going to undo this knot. So we did a very similar project to this one back in the summer, where it was, the charm was a beautiful enamel sea star. So this one is a gorgeous enamel candy cane, and I like this one a lot because it is two-sided. So you get that beautiful enamel on the front and the back, which I think makes it extra special. All right, so to do the adjustability, you're just going to take your 2 strands on one side and 2 strands on the other side, and you're going to run those in opposite directions, right? Opposite directions. You're going to take your 3rd strand of cord, and you're going to take that underneath all of those, and you are going to do a series of square knots. Now, I recommend at least 3 for security, but then you can do as many or as few as you want. I'm going to do probably 5. So P shape on the right. My left cord is going to cross over that, and then it is going to go behind and up through. If you need a more in-depth tutorial for square knots, please take a look at some of our other projects that we have done on my YouTube channel, where you can see a full breakdown of square knots. Backwards P shape on the right, right cord crosses over that, goes behind and up through. Wanda and I always have a race to put our Christmas trees up. Maybe not always. I've decided she probably doesn't even know we're racing, but I put my Christmas tree up that weekend right after Halloween, and I think she did too. I think she put her tree up on Saturday, and I put mine up on Saturday and finished on Sunday. All right, so I'm going to do about 5 of these square knots. I have to put mine up super early because I love Christmas trees. I love the Christmas season. I love the build up to Christmas. I love everything about it. And to me, 1 month is just not enough. I used to put my Christmas tree up, the weekend after Thanksgiving, but I very quickly decided that was, now that I'm on my own, in a previous life, that was the rule. The rule was no tree till after Thanksgiving. But since I have a new life now, where I'm the boss of me and no one else is, I put the tree up as soon as possible because I want to experience the way that it makes my house feel. It looks, it just sets the mood. You turn all the lights out and you've got the Christmas tree twinkling and your little Christmas decorations all around, and it smells like pine and cedar, and the feeling is just, there's nothing like it. So I try to enjoy that as long as I possibly can. And then the day after Christmas, it all comes down. I don't wait until New Year's to take things down. So that's where I'm kind of different than most people. Most people wait until the new year. I don't, because after Christmas is over, I want it gone. No more Christmas. We're done. I don't want to think about it. It's sad. I have to wait a whole nother year to experience all of it again. So I take it all down. All right. So there is my little section. Now you can do more, but I'm going to leave it just like this. And I'm going to trim my ends, and then I'm going to melt those. You can use a thread burner. But I like to use a lighter. And it really just kind of glues everything down. Okay. Now you've got your 2 strands, your 2 cords on each side. Pull this one out. Okay. And you're going to pull. If you pull it all the way down, it's a little tiny bracelet, but pull it all the way down. You have more beads. Remember, I made a shortened version of this. Okay, bring your two ends together, tie an overhanded knot. That's going to keep your ends from slipping through. And then you want to try to do the same thing on the other side in relatively the same spot so that they are even. Okay, and trim those off. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And again, try to put your knot in the same distance. Yes, and just like Wanda said, or you can use hardware in your favorite clasps. So don't feel like once you get this one home, you can't alter it, because you totally can. Okay, you can make this yours if you don't like the adjustable clasp. You can put your own hardware on here instead. Super cute. This was kind of a rushed version of this. The picture is much better. But I love this one. I think this one's so fun. This is a cute little stocking stuffer. This would also be a good one to kind of like drape over the top of a bottle of wine. If you were going to go, you know, you got to take a host gift, drape this over the top of the wine. It's a nice little decoration to the wine bottle, but then they can wear it. I love these. I think they're so pretty. It's just easy to wear. It's fun. It's whimsical. It is all ages appropriate. And you get this beautiful enamel. I'm obsessed with enamel right now, and I'm kind of picky about it. This is really nice enamel, particularly because it's two-sided, so really pretty. All right. Moving on. We've got 3 pairs of earrings, and then we are done. And don't forget, earrings, other than the 3 that I'm about to show you, are all 40% off in the shop right now. So help me move out those earrings for new ones. New year coming our way, so we're gonna have new designs. All right, these are so pretty. So this is red tiger eye feathers. Red tiger eye feathers. Okay, and they are gemstones. They are hand cut, and they're not 100% perfect, right? You can see they have their own little imperfections, but gosh, they're pretty. That's red tiger eye. Look at that. Oh, I love those so, so much. All right, so putting together a cute little pair of earrings that I think are fall and Christmas appropriate. So we're going to take our tiger's eye, drop that down onto a head pin. Then we are going to thread on a crystal spacer. Then we're going to thread on this goldish colored druck bead, this metallic cool looking bead, a smaller crystal spacer, and then a deep red Swarovski bicone. Drop that down, wire wrap, ear wire, done. So you could do a simple loop if you wanted to, but I'm going to do a little wrapped loop here. Okay, up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side. I would wear these anytime too, honestly. I mean, it's red tiger eye. It looks good with so many things. We have Jewish people on our thread. That's why I do a lot of the blue, the blues and the silvers and the snowy winters. Part of my family is Jewish, so I try not to be completely exclusive, but I do love Christmas. So, so you do get a lot of red and green from me, but I try to be as inclusive as I can. So I don't do a lot of designs that have crosses. I do have some really beautiful copper crosses that I am going to incorporate in a piece, some kits coming up. But I try not to do a whole lot of crosses because I don't want anybody to feel left out, you know. But I figure if you do red and green in Christmas, then hey, you love the red and green and Christmas stuff. And if you don't, then the blues and the silvers and the wintry colors are really beautiful alternative. So yeah, these are definitely sweater worthy. Love those. All right, so that's our little tiger eye, our red tiger eye leaves. All right, going on to the next. All right, so I'm going to save the Grinch for the end, but we're going to do a little elf. We're going to do a little elf first. Look at these little elves. They're so stinking cute. Look at him and his little legs. Q was like, why didn't you give him arms? Well, I could have given him arms, but I don't know. He just felt more festive with just little legs. So that's what we got. We have our little Christmas elf, and you can see he's got a big green body. He's got a pearl for his head. He's got a little dark green crystal band around his hat, his little green hat there. So this is our little Christmas elves. I think they're so cute. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make their little legs. So the legs are little Swarovski faceted rounds in peridot green with that AB finish. So you're going to take a little head pin. You're going to thread on one of those rounds. These are so stinking cute. It's abusive because he doesn't have any arms. No. So there's red, white, red. Listen, arms would have just, I don't know that I could have done arms in a way that would have worked out like I wanted. So you just have to use your imagination here. All right, so we're going to do simple loops. Now you're making me feel bad. We're going to do simple loops here on his little legs. How's he going to eat a taco? I don't know. I'll hand feed him a taco, okay? There's a little simple loop. So you're going to make 4 of those, 2 per body, okay? You don't need no stinking arms. That's so funny. Y'all are awesome. All right, we're going to take an eye pin. We're going to open up the loop, and we're going to thread on his 2 little legs. You don't need any arms. Listen. It's cold outside. They're just tucked into his sweater, his jacket, okay? We're going to thread on his big fat body. And then we're going to thread on his little head. Just imagine his arms. It's cold. They're tucked inside his big green jacket, okay? So, next up is our little hat band. And then the little hat itself, which is a little bicone, and it gets a little ball on the top. So we're putting on a little metal ball, and we're just going to do a wrapped loop and add his ear wire. Oh, golly. Yep. He just has his hands in his pockets because he's cold. That's all. Oh, gosh. Listen, when you get your elf home, elves, because it's 2, there's 2, give them names. And then if you insist on giving them arms, please feel free to give them some little arms and tell them that their birth mother was a terrible, wicked woman. I know you're kidding. And we're having fun. It's all in good fun here. Always in good fun. Look at them. They're cute. They're ready to go running in the snow. They got their arms tucked in. It's cold outside. They're running around. Right? Stinking cute. And they need names, obviously. All right. So those are the elves. And now I'm going to show you the Grinch. Now, the Grinch is a remake from last year, but he is in antique brass this year and all Swarovski elements. Last year, it was a combination of the Swarovski and the check glass. This year is all Swarovski with the exception of the little glass pearl for the ball on his hat. Check him out. So it's a little Grinch. He has no arms either, just so we're clear. Again, use your imagination. They're tucked in. Okay. But he's got a little ball on his Santa hat. He is the right color green for the Grinch. He's super cute. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to do these. All right. First thing we're going to do is let's go ahead and do the ball for his hat. So we're going to put that onto a little head pin and we're going to do a simple loop. Now you want to be sure that your simple loop here is big enough to sit over the top of your wire wrapped loops, because this goes on after you wire wrap at the top. So make a nice large loop here. Okay. Anti-arms. I'm not anti-arms. They're very important for jewelry making. Listen. I don't know if that loop is big enough, but we're going to hope that it is. Okay. Oh gosh. All right. Now we're going to take our head pin. We're going to thread on his feet. So there are his little feet in the boots. Okay. He's not a peg leg. It is both legs together, both feet together. He's standing. And then we're going to thread on a little polished round, faceted round rather, for his little legs. And then he gets a teardrop for his body that has that gorgeous AB finish to it. These are so sparkly. They're so sparkly. All right, then we're going to thread on his little head, his grumpy little face. Okay. Then a crystal spacer for his hat band, and another of the red, the little bicone for his hat. Okay. Then we're going to wire wrap. Okay. So we're bending the wire, round nose pliers coming in, up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then we're going to wire up. Okay. Come in with your cutter, trim off all the excess. All right, now we're going to add the little ball to his hat. He can boink around like Tigger. Sandy, you're awesome. Oh my goodness. All right, you're going to open up that little loop and then put it over your wire wraps. Oh my goodness. Listen, he doesn't have any arms because he steals Christmas. We're trying to keep Christmas safe here. All right. If we give him any arms. All right. So then that sits on the top and it just kind of spins around, you know, and you're going to put his ear wire on. And close that back. Look how stinking cute. Aren't they fun? Little Grinches. I think they're adorable. And they're sparkly, which makes me really happy too. So yeah, I thought these were a lot of fun. I actually got the beads to make these back in like July or August. So I've been holding on to these beads just for this very moment. Because last year when I did the Grinch earrings, they sold out immediately. Like you guys went bananas over them. And I was asked if I was going to restock them, and I didn't have the materials to restock them. So this year I planned in advance. There's only a handful of these in the shop. So don't wait around if you want them, because I only had limited quantities of these. I don't know if I'll be able to reorder the supplies before Christmas. So if you want them, I would definitely kind of grab them now, because I don't know how long those are going to stick around, but they were really popular last year. So I hope that you guys love them this year and you love the sparkly version of him. I think they're super cute. And the green is like the perfect Grinch green. Last year, the green that I used was more like the peridot green, and it was fine. But I think this is like true Grinchy green. So yeah, super, super cute. Carol says, when I wear them and they ask, where are his arms? I would gladly say in his pockets. They are. They're in his pockets. Oh my goodness. All right, friends. So that was it for our kits this week. As I mentioned, I have not been feeling too well this week. So I didn't make a ton of things in the shop, but to make up for it, all earrings kits, with the exception of the 3 that dropped today, are 40% off. So please take advantage of that. Grab up whatever earrings kits you want. Get those for that 40% off because it's a really killer deal. I'm going to turn you guys around. We'll do a little run through of everything that was in the show today. And then I'll be back with you guys on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern for our regular Tuesday show. We'll be working with the Bargain Bead Box. I cannot wait. I have been sitting on the Bargain Bead Box for 2 weeks now, and I am really looking forward to it. So get ready for that. That's happening next Tuesday, 1 p.m. Set your reminders. There is our Candy Cane Lane bracelet, our little adjustable with our gorgeous enamel charm. Super cute. And then we had Belle's Rose bracelet. So it has our little Beauty and the Beast inspired charm on it, and those gorgeous like deep raspberry red and rosy pink with the antique brass. So pretty. Love that. And we have our gorgeous Winter Moon double strand, which is one of the prettiest bracelets that I have in the shop right now. So pretty. The moon. And I think I still have enough beads left over to make earrings. So we could do matching earrings maybe next week for this. And then we have our gorgeous red tiger eye feather earrings, which I think are just beautiful. That tiger eye, it just sparkles in its own kind of, like, it doesn't sparkle like a crystal, you know what I mean? But it still has, it has that chatoyancy. It just has that gorgeous tiger eye kind of shiftiness to it, which is just so pretty. And then our little elves. Our little elves with no arms. Yes, I know. Poor little dudes have no arms, but they're still adorable and they're sparkly, and that makes up for it. They have their hands in their pockets. That's all. That's all. They're super cute. And then last but not least, we have our little Grinchy poos, which are just the cutest with their floppy little hat. I cannot. It's the hat for me that makes these the cutest, right? He has his floppy little hat, which just has that kind of like sloppy, dumpy Grinch look. If it weren't for that, he would still be the Grinch, but I think that the little ball on the hat just takes it over the edge, makes those super cute, and they are so sparkly. People will see these. They will catch attention because of the light that they catch, and people are going to tell you, oh my gosh, those are so cute. And you can say, thanks, I made them myself. All right, my friends. Thank you so much. Julie says, chatoyancy is a big word. I know, right? Wanda taught me that word, and I used every opportunity I can. Oh my. All right, friends. I love you guys so much. Julie says she has a question. What's your question, my dear? And then I'm going to go. Guys, set your reminders for 1 p.m. next Tuesday. Don't forget, right now through Monday at midnight, I will have the earrings kits on sale 40% off. And how much are to picture box thing? What? I'm not sure I understand what you're asking me. You can send me a direct message though if you want to, Miss Julie. Thank you guys. I hope I feel better too. I know I will. It's, I'll probably be back to normal by next week. It's just that time of year. Everybody wants to just share their germs with each other. Sharing is caring. No. Um, oh, to take pictures. So I don't even use a light box. We should talk about that. I don't even use a light box, but I did order I ordered these little backgrounds that I'm going to show you guys. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. I got mine on Amazon, and I take my pictures just in front of a window. My window has those big blinds on it that are the big thick ones. I turn it so that the light is facing upwards because you want diffused light. You don't want direct light at all because it causes shadows that are really hard to get rid of. So I make sure that the light is facing kind of upwards, but it's still kind of filtering in. And I just take a picture on a piece of white, like cardstock. Um, and they don't always turn out. Like, I don't take the best pictures ever, but I like the white background the best because it really shows off the item. But I do have a lot of background paper that I use, and then these new things that I've ordered that I will show you next week. So yeah, I'll show you because I know a lot of people have questions about pictures. So, all right, my friends, I love you so, so much, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend, a restful one. I am going to go find a blanket. I have work I need to do, but you know what? It can wait because I need to go lay down. I love you guys so, so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your afternoon, a great weekend, and I'll see you next week, okay? Bye.